Hi guys, welcome back to Movie Chat and More. And if you're here for the very first time, welcome. Uh, Saturday Q&A. Talk about Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Chucky, music, Q&A. Q&A. I did have a stream going just a moment ago. We had Joe Shipley, welcome back. Joe, welcome back. Welcome back. And I'm glad you are still here. I think we could have had an issue because at one point we had 4 people watching, and Joe Shipley was the only one able to comment on the live chat. So, I mean, maybe that's a problem with YouTube, probably. But we'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. That's why I began the stream again, just in case. Joe, until you go and watch the Hogan versus Michaels SummerSlam match, it looks like it could just be me and you. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully, there's not a problem in the live chat, and other people will join. It's always more fun when the more chatters, the more chatters, the better. We get more questions, more insights. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But no, Joe, thank you for coming back. Welcome back. Welcome back, Joe. The last video is still on my stream, on my channel, I should say. I haven't taken it down yet. Joe Shipley said, have any plans for Sunday tomorrow? Hope your day goes well. Hope your day goes well, Joe. No, not really. I might watch in this day and age we live in. I might watch a couple of movies, maybe some wrestling, listen to a lot of music. I love my music. Alice Cooper, but I'm on an Alice Cooper kick at the moment. But I love so many different kinds of music, so many different. I always say the same thing. When it comes to music, don't ask me what I like, ask me what I don't like, because it's a lot quicker. It's a lot quicker. I love most music. Joe Shipley says, that sounds exactly how my day is going to be. Some movies, some wrestling. Yeah, I mean, sounds great. There's not much else we can do. I mean, here in the UK, we're still in lockdown, so yeah. But yeah, I really want to do a Rocky marathon. I mean, I've seen all the Rocky movies maybe like 50 times over, but I want to start at the beginning. I do have the Blu-ray collection, and yeah, start right from the beginning, and maybe spread it over 2 days. So maybe at Rocky 1, 2, 3, and 4 tomorrow. Not necessarily tomorrow, but soon. And then Rocky 5, Rocky Balboa, Creed, and Creed 2 the next day. Joe, we should have kept the live stream going. The last live stream, because we had 4 people watching. At the moment it's 1, and I think that could be me and you, so that's 2. Fuck it, I don't know anymore. Joe Shipley says, Wind Up Toy. Oh yes, Wind Up Toy by Alice Cooper is one of my favorites. Me too, Joe. I love that fucking song. I love it. Love it. Love it. Joe Shipley, LOL. See, here in the UK, when I saw LOO, Lou, I thought you meant you were going to the bathroom. Yeah, we should have kept the last one going. If anyone's having a problem chatting in the live stream, let me know on a previous video. Leave a comment. I will see it. I will hear it. And I will try and fix the problem. At the moment, I don't think there is a problem. I don't think there is. It's 52 minutes past 11 p.m. here in the UK. So we have plenty of time. It's a Q&A. Not all about Halloween. Not all about Friday the 13th. Not all about anything, really. It's just a live Q&A. And we'll see how we go. It's funny because, I mean, not last night with the Halloween quiz, when I scheduled that event, that went pretty well. And you guys showed up. When I do a very impromptu live stream like this one, more people tend to show up than they do when I have a upcoming event. But it looks like it looks like tonight, Joe, it's not going to be that way. But I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up just yet. It's 23:54, 54 minutes past 11 p.m. here in the UK. So Saturday, technically, is nearly over. Joe Shipley, maybe it's just a slow night. It could be. It could be. It could be. There are a couple of Movie Chat More subscribers who I knew were busy tonight. So that's the way that goes. But you never know. You never know. We could get new subscribers, and we need new subscribers. I mean, Joe, you're one of them, yeah. I mean, and thank you so much. We need more, because the more subscribers we get, the more interesting my videos can be. Joe Shipley says maybe Michael Myers got them all. Maybe he did. Maybe Myers grabbed hold of all my subscribers and all my chatters and just, you never know. If it wasn't Michael, it could have been Jason. If it wasn't Jason, it's probably Chucky. If it wasn't Chucky, it could have been Freddy. If it wasn't Freddy, it was probably Jerry Dandridge. And Jerry Dandridge, they're all walking the walk of the undead. We'll see how it goes. I'm not going anywhere. But Joe Shipley, if you're dying to see Hogan versus Michaels SummerSlam 2005, please don't let me keep you. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be, come on guys, stick around. We all have lives, different lives to lead. So yeah, I'm not. I'm. It's like, Joe Shipley, you stay here or you're gone. Fuck no, I'm not that guy. Any YouTuber who goes to those lengths to keep people chatting, wow. Joe Shipley, nah, it's only 7 here in Baltimore. I have all night to check it out. Well, that's good. I mean, Joe, I read. You know what? Like I said earlier, if more people join the chat, the better it will be. Unless we get fucking idiot trolls, then it's the way it goes. But I don't mind. I mean, at the moment, I'm enjoying it. It's great. Great stuff. Great stuff. And that is the match. See, the numbers of people watching, up and down, up and down, up and down. It was up to 4 a minute ago. You wouldn't believe that, Joe, would you? But I shit you not, it went up to 4. And we are back down to 2. All right, guys, I'm still here. Joe, I'm still here. I'm back. No problem there. No problem. We'll see. We'll see. Like you said, it's 7 p.m. Where you are, Joe Shipley. That's quite early. That's quite early. So you never know. You never know. We could end up with 357,000 people in the chat. Who knows? Oh, and yeah, I do plan on doing a wrestling quiz, but it won't be wrestling of today. It will be wrestling from the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. Yeah, it would be Joe. Joe Shipley, LOL, that would be something. Well, maybe one day. I mean, there are YouTubers out there with thousands of subscribers. Pardon me. And they do a live video. And how many people watch live? Maybe 200? 200 live viewers out of 30,000 subscribers. They have 200 people live. So don't bum me. Joe Shipley says, looking forward to that quiz. What, the Rocky one? Or the wrestling one? Sorry, Joe. I'm sorry, Joe. Which one did you mean, Joe? The wrestling or the Rocky or both? Joe Shipley says, yeah, that is true. A very small percentage watch live. Yeah. It's weird, isn't it? It's weird. It's really strange. I don't know why that happens. Joe Shipley, the wrestling one. Yeah. It's something that's on the way. It's something that's on the. It's planned. But like I said before, I love writing quizzes. But when you're on a deadline, and you have 5 hours to write 30 questions, sounds easy, but it's not easy. I mean, it could be My wrestling quiz will be like from the 80s, 90s, very early noughties, probably until Shawn Michaels officially retired. But they won't all be about Shawn Michaels, but most of them, not most, a lot will be. Shawn is my favorite of all time. As that good God, you can HBK tattoo. But they won't all be about Shawn Michaels and Shawn Michaels matches. I mean, what I could do, Joe Shipley, sweet tattoo, yeah. Thank you. I had that done. I think. Oh, forget it. You've seen it. I had that one done. I think a couple of days after the WrestleMania match between Shawn and Taker. I know Shawn came back for the DX versus Brothers of Destruction match, but that was when Shawn retired. And I had that tattoo done just after that WrestleMania. Maybe 2 days after. 2-3 days. But yeah, I mean, considering at the moment, I mean, we are 16 minutes, nearly 17 minutes in. And at the moment, Joe, it's just me and you, my friend. So, would you care for an off the cuff, an impromptu wrestling quiz? I could do that. And you can obviously, Joe, if you want to, you can ask me, you can trivia me wrestling. Is that something you'd be interested in? I mean, no one else is joining at the moment, so hopefully they will. It's 4 minutes past midnight here in the UK. It's 4 minutes past midnight, so it's early. It's early, and this is an impromptu chat. So we don't know. We don't know. And like I said, there are a few movie chat more subscribers who I knew would not be here tonight for various reasons. Joe Shipley, what time do you usually go to sleep? You keep late hours. LOL. I don't have a sleep schedule. Like Charlie Sheen said, I don't sleep. I wait. He was such a ham, wasn't he? Oh, I love Charlie. Love Charlie. I don't have a sleep pattern. Joe, my sleep pattern is non-existent. Joe Shipley says, LOL, Charlie Sheen is definitely one of a kind. Yeah, he is. And that's the other one, which I think I've already... Winning. I had that done. Yeah, probably 9 or 10 years ago. Winning. I have noticed that the color of the video of the stream is changing, but if, and it's a very big if, it's more flowing, fluent than it was last night, then I prefer this, and I think you guys will prefer this. Rather than me, and and the blockiness and the pixels, but I don't know. If you enjoy my streams, then that's what counts. I know I said that quite a bit last night, but so yeah, Joe, would you care for off the cuff wrestling trivia? Joe Shibley, looking okay on this end. Thanks, Joe. Thank you so much for saying that, for telling me that. Builds up my confidence a little bit. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, I mean, you can, if you wish to, trivia me on WWF, WWE, WCW. You don't get me started on TNA or AWE because I won't have a clue. Won't have a clue. Okay, just in case, Joe, you are interested in that, let me get the ball rolling. Okay, I know, no, okay. Joe Shipley, who was the fourth member of the NWO? That's a great question. So we had Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Hulk Hogan. Oh, I'm going to kick myself. Don't tell me, Joe. Don't tell me. Let me guess. The fourth member? So yeah, it was Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, the Outsiders, and then Hogan, Bash at the Beach. The fourth member. That is a great question. That's a great question, Joe. I'm going to have to take a guess on this one. I have the NWO DVD down there. Was it the Big Show? Was it the Big Show? The Giant? I think I've got that one wrong. That is a really good question. Was it the Big Show, Joe? I'm glad you mentioned the NWO, because I have an NWO question for you, my friend. As soon as you tell me I've got this question wrong, then I'll ask you my NWO question. Shit. Joe Shipley, it actually was Ted DiBiase, but the Giant could be counted too because DiBiase was just a mouthpiece. Yeah, DiBiase was, correct me if I'm wrong, the $1 Million Man was the mouthpiece before Eric Bischoff. I think that's the way it went. The leader of the NWO was Ted DiBiase, and then Eric. I could be wrong. Joe Shipley, yes, before Bischoff. Yeah, I thought it was. Great question. Okay, my question to you, Joe, and anyone who's watching after the fact. NWO, WWE NWO. Which member of the NWO did Shawn Michaels literally kick out of the NWO? You're the problem. Joe Shipley, Booker T. That was quick. That was fast. Well done. Well done, Joe. You're the problem. It should be a great question. Was it? Thank you. Okay, let's see how we go. I must admit, Joe, I'm surprised. I really am that nobody else has joined. Nobody else has joined the live stream. Like I said, I knew there were going to be a few people that just can't be here tonight, and that's fine. But if we have some guys and girls out there who are watching, who can't chat in the live chat, which would be really weird, I'll say it again, comment in one of my previous videos and I will see it live and I will fix the problem the best I can. Joe Shipley, can you name the 4 radicals that jumped from WCW to WWE in the early in the early 2000s? All right, let's start with Chris Benoit. I'm not going to do well. Chris Benoit, Perry something or something Perry. The Radicals, yeah. No, I honestly, all I can think of is Benoit and Perry. Perry Saturn. Perry Saturn, yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. So Perry Saturn, Chris Benoit. Yeah, Joe Shipley, it was Benoit, Perry Saturn, Dean Malenko. Can't believe I didn't think of that one. And Eddie Guerrero. That's a good question. Yeah, I think they were sick of WCW politics, and that's why they switched to, and that's why they went up north to Vince McMahon's Federation. Great question, Joe. Okay, I got a question. Okay, I have. It's Shawn again. It's Shawn Michaels again. That was if you probably saw a guy walking out of the room. That was my brother. Yeah. What was Shawn Michaels' first ever one-on-one WrestleMania match? Yeah, I can imagine it was. That was weird, just seeing a random guy. Yeah, that was my brother. I normally have the laptop here, over on the coffee table, so people can come whenever they want. But now the laptop is here. I'm testing new stuff to try and make the live streams more enjoyable for all of you guys, and Joe Shipley, Shawn versus Tito Santana, WrestleMania 8. WrestleMania 8. It was. Well done, Joe. Well done. What was he calling himself at the time? El Matador? Tito Santana, El Matador? WrestleMania 8, 1992. Well done, Joe. I am surprised. I must admit, I really am surprised nobody else has joined the chat. The last one and this one. The last one and this one. But potato, potato. Okay, let's think. Joe Shipley, El Matador, the bullfighter character. Okay. Who accompanied Shawn Michaels to the ring at WrestleMania 9? It was opening match for the Intercontinental Championship. Who accompanied Shawn to the ring? It was, well done, Joe Shipley. Luna Vachon. It was. She looked crazy. I mean, she's since passed on, but wow, I mean, the Vachons, legendary family in wrestling and professional wrestling. Wow. I must admit, the only one I really knew was Luna. Joe Shipley says, yeah, she had the crazy haircut and makeup on her head. She was awesome. Yeah, she was. She was awesome. Yeah, I think Sherry Martel, sensational Sherry, accompanied. Was it Tatanka? I think it was Tatanka to the ring in that match at WrestleMania 9 at Caesar's Palace. It was all during that Sherry Martel "Who Does She Love" crap that which they did at SummerSlam 1992 with the model Rick Martel, and SummerSlam 1992 here in the UK. Joe Shipley says, kind of a tough one. Who did Shawn Michaels defeat to win his first IC championship? Where who did Shawn Michaels defeat to win his first IC championship? British Bulldog. That was the British Bulldog. Definitely. I even remember how that match ended. They were up on the turnbuckle. Joe Shipley, well done, Rich. Yep. They were up on the turnbuckle, second turnbuckle. I don't think it was the top one. And they kind of fell, and Shawn Michaels was in a pinning situation, and he just pinned the Bulldog. 1, 2, 3. What I always find funny about that match is the match before, not the immediate match before, but when the Bulldog beat Bret at Wembley Stadium to become the Intercontinental Champion. What a classic match that was. And Bret put Bulldog through hell. They put each other through hell in that match. And all of a sudden, Shawn Michaels wins the IC title like that. So easy. I just find it funny. I always find that kind of thing funny. And that Bulldog match I do have on DVD. Whenever the Bulldog and Michaels got together, no matter who was face or who was the heel, they always had great matches. And the British Bulldog never really came out on top. I can't think of one time the Bulldog came out on top. But they always had great matches. Joe Shipley, SummerSlam 1992 was one of WWF's biggest attendance records. Wembley Stadium, my friend. Wembley Stadium. It's a big place. It's a big place. Yeah, what was that? August? I mean, SummerSlam is normally August. So, yeah, that would have been August 1992. I would have been 12 years old. Warrior versus Randy Savage. Joe Shipley, do you live near Wembley Stadium? No. No. Joe Shipley says, Joe, you were 8 in 1992? I was 12. So there's only a 4-year gap. I went round. We didn't have Sky TV at that time. We never got cable Sky TV until 1994. So I went round a friend's place to watch it. It wasn't live, but we didn't know the results of the matches. So when we had Savage and Warrior, Undertaker, Kamala, we didn't know who was going to win. So to us, it was like watching it live, live on TV. The first one I ever watched live on TV was in 1994, and that was Survivor Series. The 1994 Survivor Series. We finally got Sky TV. It's the one, as you probably already know, Joe, the one with The Undertaker versus Yokozuna in a casket match. That's the first one I ever saw live on TV. I can't believe it's still just you and me, Joe. I really thought other people would join the stream. I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine? I know I can, because it's the kind of fucking luck I get. If the stream is fine, flowing fine, and there's a problem with the live chat. I don't think there is. I don't think there is at all. But that would be my luck. That's just the kind of luck I get. Joe Shipley, casket matches were awesome. Yeah, back in the day. Joe Shipley, LOL, just Rich and I. Well, fine with me. But it would be more fun if people come in and join. Casket matches. The one I would delete from history is, you might know what I'm gonna say, is Undertaker, Shawn Michaels at the Royal Rumble. Yeah, that's when Shawn injured his back and was out for 4 years. Joe Shipley says, today is one of my favorite musicians' birthday. Sadly, he passed away in 1994, though. All right, Joe. 1994. And what is it? The 21st? What? Here in the UK, it's the 21st. 20th of February? I don't even want to hazard a guess. I could be totally wrong. Who was it, Joe? I mean, no. Oh, okay. Joe Shipley, Kurt Cobain. Wow, that was 1994. Nirvana, yeah. I was gonna say, was it the big G? I could have that name wrong. The Big G, the one that Puff Daddy did the song about, but I was way off. That's why I didn't want to hazard a guess. Joe Shipley, time flies by so fast. It does. Funny you should say that, Joe, because even in this day and age, in this post-apocalyptic world we're living in, time is going fast. I mean, 2 weeks ago, yesterday, 2 weeks ago, yesterday, Friday, I had a mini marathon of the TV show Highway to Heaven with Michael Landon. I love that show. I watched 10 episodes in one night, and that was 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, what? What? How can that be 2 weeks ago? How has that time gone that fast? And that's just 2 weeks, not 1994. That's just 2 weeks. Okay, we have 3 people watching. I think someone else has joined the chat. Feel free to say hi. It's a Q&A live from the United Kingdom. Stug138, hi. Stug, welcome to the chat, my friend. I noticed you became a subscriber quite a while ago now, and I haven't seen you here in a live chat. So, yeah. Stug138, welcome to the chat, my friend. Welcome to the chat. It's so it's so good to finally see you. It's so good to finally see you here. Stug138. I've been, yeah. Stug138. Yeah, been working. Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. I mean, you know, in this age we live in, if you're able to work and bring home the bread, then that's a good thing. Joe Shipley says, I have I have King of Queens on the background here. That is one of my favorite shows. One of my favorites too. One of my favorites too, Joe. I have all of them on DVD. 1 to 9, every series. Love me some Dark Heffernan. And I really love me some Carrie Heffernan. Stug138. I watch your streams when I'm off. Thank you so much. Stug138, not the live ones. Yeah, I mean, all I've been doing recently are live ones, but the quality is not that great. So if you're in, if you're enjoying this live stream, then that's great. But I did do quite a few videos before I began my live videos. So yeah, but But thanks, Joe. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Stark138. It's just for the last nearly 40 minutes. It's been me and Joe Shipley. So Joe Shipley says, oh man, that's cool. You have them all. Yeah, on DVD. 1 to 9, all the way through. Stark138 got Saturday off. Well, that's good to hear. Got a day off work. Nothing beats a day off work. And welcome to the live stream. Your first ever live stream here at Movie Channel. And hopefully the stream is running okay. If there's problems, buffering problems, then there's nothing else I can do to fix it. Hopefully it's running fine. I think it could be. It's not perfect, but hopefully it's watchable. Stock138, how's the weather in England? Where we are in the southeast of England, not great. Last week, a week and a half ago, we had snow and ice, and so at the moment though, it's chilly, but better than it was a week and a half ago. Joe Shipley, are you more of a winter or summer person, Rich? I used to love winter, but as I get older, not as much. Summer. I can't stand it when it gets to 3:30 p.m., 4 p.m., and it's pitch black outside. I can't stand that time of year. So yeah, summer. I love it when it stays light right up until what, 9:30, quarter to 10 sometimes, and the sun is still out. I love it. When it comes to that time of year, winter, is the only thing I dig about winter is maybe Christmas and Halloween. Big shock, yeah. Joe Shipley says, yes, I hate that as well. That's the worst. Yeah, I hate it. I don't find anything comforting about it at all. Getting dark at 3:30, 4 p.m. Yeah, I hate that too. Yeah, it is. It's depressing. It really is depressing. I do think it's funny. I always do. How many people are watching? I mean, it's telling me we got 4 people watching, but it goes up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Stock138. Halloween is great. Halloween, the time of year, and the movies. Joe Shipley says, yes, I agree. Halloween is, yeah, okay, yeah, Halloween is the best. When I was a kid, and I must add this, I have to, we do our best to enjoy Christmas, and we do. But Christmas to me is very much a family thing. And the less, hopefully I'm putting this in the right way, the less family and friends you have to enjoy Christmas with you, for me, the less enjoyable Christmas becomes. When it comes to Halloween, I sit here, and I have done, Ever since I was 9, 10 years old, and I've gone through the Halloween movie marathon ever since I was young enough to trick or treat. So, yeah, for me, it's Halloween. My favorite holiday is Halloween. Christmas, still great. Don't get me wrong. I still love Christmas. But at the moment, especially with what's going on, it's not the same at the moment. But Halloween, yeah, still brilliant. Joe Shipley says, don't really see a lot of trick or treaters these days, though. Do you know what, Joe? I was going to mention that when I was just talking. Yeah, we didn't. Last Halloween, there were no trick or treaters. I didn't even bother. I didn't even, I had pumpkins, jack-o'-lanterns in the room, but I didn't bother putting a pumpkin outside, a jack-o'-lantern outside, because I knew there weren't going to be any trick-or-treaters, so why bother? But I did have pumpkins in the ring. Stuck 138, be right back. No problem, Stuck. No problem, Stuck 138. Good to see you here, my friend. Good to see you here. Yeah, hopefully this year. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can have Halloween back with the trick-or-treaters but even if we don't, I will still watch my Halloween movies. I can't remember a year. Stuck 138 back. That was quick. Welcome back, Stug. Welcome back, my friend. I honestly can't remember a year. I really can't. I haven't watched at least one Halloween movie on Halloween night. That's how long it's been. Joe Shipley says, I will be darn happy when all of the virus and stuff is in the rear view mirror. It has been brutal last year or so. Brutal? That's putting it, yeah, I agree. That's putting it lightly. To me, I'm not sure, Joe, if you caught what I said earlier, or maybe yesterday. I think you did. I'm not, maybe not. I don't know. I'm not. Yeah, earlier on, it was earlier on. I'm not one of the people that are handling this too well. You did. Yeah, you did. You heard what I said. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not handling this too well, but I'm not wallowing in self-pity because I know there are so many people out there worse off than myself. So, despite sometimes when I'm low, really, really low, I know there are guys and girls out there who are going through a much worse time than I am due to COVID-19. Joe Shipley says, hang in there, things will get better, brother. They will. And thanks, Joe. Thank you. But I don't know when. If we're still sitting here this time next year, having the same conversation, talking about the same shit, I'm not sure. But eventually they will. But I don't know how long. Stug 138. Is Britain still in a lockdown? Yes, we are. Yes, we are, Stock 138. We are still in a lockdown. The first thing that's going to reopen, I think, here in the UK will be schools. After that, it will be non-essential places. But if the numbers start to rise after we open everything up, we will go back into a lockdown. No doubt about it. No doubt about that. We will go back into a lockdown if the numbers start to rise. That's why we have to hope and pray the vaccines are effective, because otherwise there's no way out. We have to hope. We have to hope the vaccines are effective, because if they're not, we're screwed. We're screwed. Stock 138, can you leave the house? Yes, I can. I don't often leave the house. Yes, I can. If I'm shopping for essentials, if I need exercise, I can leave the house. But this Stock 138, that's a great comment. You know why? Because when would we ever think? When would we have ever had thought that someone could be doing a live stream on YouTube and someone will ask the question, can you leave the house? When would we ever have dreamed in our worst nightmares that was ever going to be an issue? And that's what I mean. I keep wanting to wake up. I want to wake up. I want to wake up. It feels like it's a very, very bad nightmare. This doesn't feel real. It feels like a nightmare. I'm going to wake up and I'll be talking to my brother and my dad and my nephew and my sister, and it will be like, can you believe the dream I just had? The nightmare I just had? We had this pandemic going on where no one could leave the house without wearing a dumb mask. Stug 138, that's so true, yeah. Joe Shipley, I know, right? That is crazy. It is. It is. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's not real. It's not real. It is real, but I can't wake up. I'm sorry, guys. I'm becoming a little bit self-indulgent when it comes to this. My apologies. Joe Shipley says China should have to pay for starting this mess, pay financially. Well, Joe, I don't want to ruffle too many feathers when it comes to this one. But the thing is, I've never been to China. Let's get that out of the way. I've never been to China. I do believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I do believe we know it began in China, yeah? That one we can all agree on, I think. If the guys and gals who live in China could learn how to maybe boil a potato rather than boil a monkey brain, then maybe we wouldn't be going through this shit. Maybe if the guys and gals in China could learn how to eat tomato soup rather than bat soup, then maybe we would not be going through what we're going through right now. If they could change their dietary habits, maybe we would not be going through the hell that we are living through right now. Boil a potato. Have some tomato soup. Don't eat bat soup. We don't live in a world anymore where we have to eat bat soup made from bat blood. I mean, who the fuck? I mean, Joe Shipley says, no apology necessary. I understand. Stark 138. I can't wait when I don't have to wear a mask. Well, I can't wait either, but I don't leave the house that often. My mask is the Jason Voorhees one. It's the lower half of the Jason Friday the 13th mask. I just wash it and then put it back on when I leave the house, which is very rarely. And I don't not leave the house because I'm scared. If I lived on my own, I really wouldn't give a crap. I wouldn't want to pass COVID on to anybody else. But if I lived on my own, honestly, if I lived on my own, I really wouldn't give a shit. I don't live on my own, and I don't want to pass COVID on to anybody else. Obviously, you know. Joe Shipley is saying, yeah, okay. Good point. Joe Shipley, good point. It's telling me we have 3 people watching. We are 1 hour and 2 minutes in. I really appreciate you guys joining me here tonight. Stark 138. It's good to finally see you, bro. Stark 138. I saw this show called Bizarre Foods. The host went to China. They eat everything. Yeah, I mean, boil a potato, China. Have some tomato soup. Have some oxtail soup. Very popular here in the UK, oxtail. I'm not sure where oxtail soup comes from, but it's popular. You don't have to eat the kind of shit. You're not living in an Indiana Jones movie, China. Joe Shipley says, I am making another coffee. Since I quit drinking, I have been drinking much coffee. When I'm not, if I'm going to drink a hot drink, it will be coffee, black coffee, strong black coffee, no sugar. Black coffee, no sugar. Strong. I don't often drink hot drinks, so that's why I have energy drinks like Monster and But if I'm going to drink a hot drink, it will be black coffee, strong, no sugar. Okay, guys, we are 1 hour and 4 minutes in. Nearly 1 hour and 5 minutes in. 3 people watching and 2 thumbs up. That's great. It's much appreciated. Always is. Stuck 138. Not to be rude, but I thought you were going to say T. uh, Stug 138. I'm sorry. I started laughing before I got to the end of that. But you're right. Yeah, you're right. Here in the UK, T. Yeah. Yep. It normally is. It normally is. Joe Ship. Joe Shipley. LOL. Tea and Crimpet. Crumpet. Yeah. Oh, Crumpet. Lots of butter and a slice of very, very thin cheese on top. Mm. Guys, I'm not leaving while I am. I'll be right back. I'm gonna be right back. Nature is calling. Stoke 138. Sounds good. Yeah, they are. The only thing with crumpets, they go off really quickly. That's why I don't buy many. Be right back. And if I'm not, then you know Ghostface or Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees or Chucky has killed me out in the hallway. I'll be right back. Hi guys, I'm back. No mass murderer out there to get me. Oh, I love this question. Stuck 138. What are your thoughts on the Rob Zombie Halloween movies? I love that question. It's a loaded question, but I love it. Just pouring myself a drink. I'm drinking. They're not paying me for this. Frosty Jack cider. Rob Zombie's Halloween. The first one in 2007, I really liked. I'd already seen The Devil's Rejects, which I still think is Rob's best work. I love The Devil's Rejects. I liked it. Rob had something to bring to the table, and bringing it, he did. He has been known to say the interference that went on during the making of that movie was insane. When it comes to the guys like Malik Akkad, the studio, God knows what. So yeah, but he had free reign, really. I mean, the 2007 Rob Zombie Halloween, I really, really like. It's not a remake, it's a reboot. It's a retelling of the original story, and I really enjoy it. Um, I wish I had on DVD. I don't, but I really wish I had the version I saw at the cinema. The only version I have of Rob Zombie's Halloween is the director's cut, which I like, but I much preferred the theatrical release. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, I thought was an absolute pile of trash, absolute garbage. I have it on DVD to complete the collection. I'm not, I can't. There are moments in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 that I like. Margot Kidder as the psychiatrist, brilliant stuff. But that's not, in my humble opinion, a Michael Myers movie. It's Hobo from Haddonfield. Hobo from but the original 2007 Rob Zombie movie, Halloween movie, I really enjoy. Even the director's cut I have on DVD. I do like the version on YouTube. A fan cut. There's a fan cut of that movie, which is probably my favorite version of that movie. But Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, I've got no time for. Stug138, same here. You're a fan of 2007, but on 2009? Joe Shipley, I haven't seen Zombies H2 in so long. I can't say I blame you, Joe. I had to check that out again. I remember it being pretty crazy. Crazy is one word. Yeah, Stug138, LOL. Yeah, crazy is one way to put it. I love The Devil's Rejects. House of a Thousand Corpses, I'm not a big fan of. Devil's Rejects, I fucking love that movie. Free From Hell gets a lot of hell. Free From Hell is I like Free From Hell a lot, but Devil's Rejects is one of my go-to movies. I love Rob Zombie's Devil's Rejects. Stug138 says Lords of Salem music is good. You're gonna have to accept my apologies, Stug138. Lords of Salem? Is that a Rob Zombie movie I'm not aware of? Lords of Salem music is good. Sorry, Stug138. Is that a Rob Zombie? Oh, it is. It is a Rob Zombie film. Lords of Salem. The last one I heard of, probably just before Free From Hell, was a movie called Free 3, which I still haven't seen, and I don't even know what the movie's about. That doesn't surprise me. Stug138 says his wife is the main actor. Wow, what a shock. Blew her own brains out in Halloween 2007, but she came back in 2009. Wow, what a shock. But Sherry Moon Zombie. Stug138 said it's about witches. Lords of Salem is about witches. That sounds interesting. It doesn't sound like the kind of thing Rob would be interested in. I haven't heard of it. Something I'm gonna have to check out. Like I said, I haven't even seen 3 yet. Rob Zombie's 3. What's that movie like? If it's okay to ask. I don't mind. You can give me spoilers. I don't care. What's 3 like? Do you know what? The amount of cider I drink when I do my live streams, uh, these guys should be paying me. These guys at Frosty Jack should be paying me, but they don't. Yeah, I do have hair. Although I haven't been to the barbers, as you can probably tell, for a long time. I have a electric shaver, and I get rid of it myself. Stug138. Stug138. Never saw the 3, only the first 2. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, yeah. House of 1,000 Corpses and The Devil's Rejects. Yeah, Devil's Rejects it's fucking brilliant, man. Fucking brilliant. Free From Hell is worth a watch. If you like The Devil's Rejects, Free From Hell is worth a watch. There is, I think, a Rob Zombie movie just called 3. Just called 3. And I haven't seen that one. I don't even know what the movie is about. I don't think it's got anything to do with the Firefly family. I think it's a completely different movie, like Lords of Salem. I don't think it's got anything to do with the Firefly family. Joe Shipley says, I have never seen The Devil's Rejects. I will make sure to check that out and let you know what I think. Joe, it's very disturbing. I don't know why I like it. I've got to be honest. I don't know why I like The Devil's Rejects as much as I do. It's very... it's a disturbing piece of work. But I enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. Check it out. Let me know. Let me know, Joe, what you think of it. Stark138 says, is there a movie series that you would like to see Rob Zombie make? Yes, there is, Stark. And I think a lot of people have said this. But yes, there is. I would like to see Rob Zombie do Texas Chainsaw. I really would. I think that is where Rob Zombie belongs. I think Rob would do a brilliant job with the Texas Chainsaw Leatherface franchise. So yeah, Rob Zombie belongs there. Joe Shipley, that would be awesome. Stark138, same here. Yeah, Stark138, that would be awesome. Joe Shipley. I'm not the first to say it. I wish I was. I'm not. There are a lot there are a lot of horror fans out there who would love to see a Rob Zombie. Can you imagine? Can you imagine a Rob Zombie Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Now, I really like the what's it, 2003 remake with Jessica Biel, but I really enjoyed that. But can you imagine what Rob Zombie would do with Texas Chainsaw? It will be out of this fucking world. Out of this fucking planet. I really think that is where Rob belongs. And there have been rumors There have been rumors. I'm not sure if you guys have heard about it. Probably have. That Rob Zombie was approached when it came to the 2003, or maybe a new one. Maybe I know there's a new one coming out, and Rob Zombie turned it down. He didn't want to do it. I'm like, well, Rob, what are you thinking of, man? This is this is where you belong, Mr. Zombie. This Rob Zombie, I think, would make a fantastic Texas Chainsaw movie. Maybe even better than the 2003 remake. And certainly better than Texas Chainsaw: The Beginning. I was not a fan of that movie. Alright guys, we are 1 hour and 21 minutes in. And I have no plans to go anywhere just yet. So we can still chat movies and music and some WWE if you want to. You can quiz me if you want to. Last night we had a great stream with the Halloween movies, 100 questions on the Halloween movies, the Halloween franchise. It went really well. The quality of the video, not that great. Picture-wise, the audio is fine, but it went really, really well. It took me quite a while to write 100 questions on just Halloween, especially when you're on a deadline, so to speak. And Joe Shipley says, I still watch some wrestling nowadays, but old wrestling is my main interest. Well then, Joe, you're gonna love you are gonna love my quiz when I get round to it. It's gonna be 80s, 90s, noughties, right up until maybe 2010 when Shawn Michaels retired. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of 90s stuff. There's going to be a lot of 90s stuff. But I do plan on doing the Rocky quiz before that. And before the Rocky quiz, because I am at the moment burnt out when it comes to quizzes. I am burnt the fuck out. I want to do another watch along video. And hopefully, Joe, you'll be here for that one. And Stuck138, hopefully you'll be here. It will be a vote. I will give you guys maybe like 10 videos, 10 DVDs, Blu-rays, whatever to watch, to pick from. And that's the movie we will watch together. That's what I want to do next. Apart from this impromptu chats that we do. Stock138 says, I watched the new Rock TV show. I haven't seen it. Dwayne Johnson, yeah, I haven't seen it. Was it cool? I haven't seen it. Joe Shipley says that would be an awesome stream, no doubt. What, the WWE quiz, the Rocky quiz, the watch along? Stuck138 says it was great. What, the Rock TV show? I haven't seen it. Maybe it's something I should look into. Stuck138. I try my best to be here. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Stuck. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, the next one. the next upcoming event is going to hopefully will be a live watch along, and how many people show up is not down to me. This time it's going to be maybe 10 movies to pick from, and whichever movie gets the most votes we'll watch together. And the next quiz will be Rocky, and maybe after that WWF, WWE, WCW. Or it could just be 100 questions on Shawn Michaels, but no, I won't do that. I won't do that. It will. In the future, I might do a dedicated quiz to Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid. But it will be the first one will be wrestling from the 80s and the 90s and the early noughties. Oh, hey, Breakdown Palace Productions is in the chat. Welcome, Breakdown. How dare start that again? How dare you go live while I'm live? Are you live right now? Breakdown. It's 1:12 a.m. here in the UK. You're live right now, Breakdown Palace Productions. You know, we're not worthy. We're not worthy, guys. If you you're live, Breakdown Palace Productions. Spelled BREAKDOW. Great channel, guys. If you haven't, don't leave me. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. But Breakdown has a great channel. Stoke 138. The 80s was the best. Hard to argue. When you say Stoke 138, are you talking about like the music, the movies, the clothes, the attitude? What are you talking about? Oh, you mean wrestling? I think you mean wrestling. 138. Stoke 138. Yeah, I love 80s wrestling. And there will be a quiz. There will be a wrestling quiz. And there will be quite a few wrestling questions. There will be quite a few 80s wrestling questions and quite a few 90s wrestling questions. Joe Shipley, 80s had the best music, movies, wrestling. Totally agree. I mean, don't get me wrong, Joe. I love movies and especially music that goes back all the way to the 1950s, late 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. But 80s is, you know, I'm a child of the 80s and the early 90s. When it comes to the movies, yep. And wrestling, 80s. 80s and 90s, I would say. And the very beginning of 2000. But yeah, I'm a massive 80s fan. Breakdown Palace Productions, are you still here? If you're doing your own stuff, man, carry on. Your stuff is cool. I really dig your channel. Stug 138, do you like the Lost Boys? Stug 138, brilliant question, but I have a better answer. Give me a second. Give me a second, Stug 138. This is my version of the Lost Boys Blu-ray. I do apologize for the The camera, it's not that great. There it is. The Lost Boys on Blu-ray. I love that cover. Joe Shipley, I love that cover too. But when we take it out of the slipcase, we have the original, as far as I know, the original cover. Boys on Blu-ray. Open up. I still prefer Fright Night. I have to say that. I still prefer Fright Night. But this classic, absolute classic vampire 80s Cry Little Sister. That's got to be one of my favorite songs from any movie. Cry Little Sister. So there it is. The Lost Boys on Blu-ray. Shows Joe Shipley. Oh, wait, no. Stug 138. The song Boys Don't Cry is awesome. Boys Don't Cry. I'll be totally honest. I can't remember that one. I should. I know I should. All I can think of, especially when you say Boys Don't Cry, is Cry Little Sister. Joe Shipley said Lost Boys is classic 80s. It is. Same with Fright Night. Yeah, Fright Night I do have on Blu-ray too. And it has a shitload of special features. And it comes with the DVD, which I already had. But yeah, Fright Night is, don't get me wrong, this movie is fucking classic. But I do prefer Fright Night. Okay, what do we have? Stug 138. Lost Boys 2 and 3 are okay. I've never seen them. Are they good? They're okay. I've never seen. How many did they make? I think it was 3. Yeah. I think there were 3 altogether. I haven't seen them. I've only seen the original Lost Boys. Stug 138. No. Oh, they made more. They made. Joe Shipley says. John Carpenter's Vampires. It's one of my favorite vampire inspired movies too. Yeah, I like that movie. James Wood or James Wood? No, James Woods. Yeah, I haven't seen it in a long time, but I'm a massive fan. I'm a big fan of John Carpenter's Vampires. Very underrated, that film. Not many people talk about it. Not many. I mean, when you get John Carpenter, you get Halloween, The Fog, and The Thing, and maybe every now and then you'll get Big Trouble in Little China, and maybe They Live. You won't get vampires very often, but yeah, I like vampires. I love James Woods, so. Stuck 138 says, the Frog Brothers comic and the Lost Boys comics are way better than the Lost Boys 2 and 3. That sounds great. I haven't read those comic books, but it all comes down to opinion, yeah. I mean, it's like 138. If that's what you prefer, then that's what you prefer. And that's what counts. Right? We can't, I say this quite a bit, maybe too often, but we can't all like the same stuff or dislike the same stuff. I mean, I like Halloween 5. Quite a few YouTubers don't like Halloween 5. Stuck 138. That's true. Yeah, it is. It is true. It is true. As Kurt Angle would have said, it's damn true. Yeah, we kind of like the same stuff. I do like Halloween 5. I do. I mean, when it comes to Halloween 4, no, Halloween 5 can go fuck itself. But Halloween 5 gets so much hate, I almost feel like I have to defend the movie. The first video I ever did here at Movie Chat More was all about Halloween 5. And is it really that bad? I don't think it is. I really don't think it's that bad. It's not great, but it's not that bad. That's how I feel on Halloween 5. Anyway. Okay, Joe Shipley says Halloween 3 gets a lot of hate. It does. Because of no Michael Myers. But on its own, it's actually a pretty entertaining movie, in my opinion. Yeah. Halloween 3 is not part of the franchise. But like you say, Joe, on its own, it's a pretty good horror movie based around Halloween time. So yeah, I would agree with you on that one, Joe. I do. But it's not part of the franchise. But it stands alone as a pretty good horror movie set around Halloween time. I haven't seen it for quite a while, Halloween 3. But I do remember enjoying it for what it was. Stark138 says Halloween in space was fun. Was that not Halloween? Yeah, Michael Myers in space. Was that not an idea that was thrown around the table at one point or another? Just before 1998, just before Jamie Lee came back. I mean, we know Jason went to space. Joe Shipley, does John Carpenter still direct films? No, not that I know of. No. He hasn't ruled it out, but I think Carpenter. I could go on a rant about John Carpenter. He doesn't care. Carpenter doesn't give a fuck. You know, every now and then I put my hand out and a check falls into my hand from a Halloween movie. And Carpenter is not, he's not a young man anymore, you know? It wouldn't surprise me if John Carpenter went on to make another movie, but what I should say is it wouldn't shock me, but it would surprise me if Carpenter was to do a full-length feature film. Joe Shipley says, I remember hearing rumors of a Michael Myers versus Pinhead movie back in the day. Yeah, I remember that. There were so many rumors going around at the time. I remember that one. I'm glad they didn't do it. I'm not a Pinhead fan. I saw Hellraiser so many years ago, and it's the only one I've seen, the original Hellraiser, and even then I wasn't a big fan. I'm glad they didn't. Yeah, but I've heard of that, Myers versus Pinhead, but I'm glad they didn't go that route. Pardon me. Stuck 138 says the Pinhead movies are crazy. Yeah, they're not for me. I know they're considered classics, and they are. You know, well, maybe the first one, maybe the first two classics, but not for me. Just not for me. Yeah, yeah. LOL. Yes, they are. Yeah, yeah, they are. They're crazy. Um, they're not for me. Joe Shipley says they made so many of them. I think 2 came out in the same year, in like 05. What, Hellraiser? What, like 2005? Or 85, 95? 2005? That sounds way too late. Stug138 says, is there any movies coming out this year that you are looking forward to? This year, Halloween Kills. That's probably it. Halloween Kills. I couldn't give a flying fuck about the new James Bond film. I'm not a fan of James Bond. Never have been, never will be. Yeah. So yeah, Halloween Kills. And it's supposed to be coming out in October. And hopefully it will be in cinemas and we don't have to stream the movie. We can watch it the way it's meant to be seen. Yeah, that's the one. That's the only one I can think of. Next year is Scream 5, and I'm looking forward to that. Joe Shipley says they just did Hellraiser Judgment in 2018. Jesus Christ. In 2018? They're still making them? Can I, Joe Shipley, is it the same guy playing Pinhead after all these years? Stark 138. The Scream movies are so good. I agree. I love Scream. I like Scream 2. I think Scream 3 took a bit of a nosedive. And Scream 4. Not a big fan. Not a big fan. I do have a video, Stuck 138. I do have a video on my channel about Scream 4. It's and why it makes no sense to me. But I do love the original. I like Scream 2, and Scream 3 is okay. When it comes to Scream 4, I'm not the biggest fan you're ever going to meet. Joe Shipley says Hellraiser Deader and Hellraiser Hell Day both came out in 2000. Oh, okay, 2005. 2000, oh yeah, 2005. Is it the same guy? I can't think of the dude's name. Is it the same guy playing Pinhead? I mean, these are not movies I'm going to be rushing to watch, but Joe Shipley says Hellraiser 4 Bloodline in 1996 was Doug Bradley last time playing Pinhead. Also, somebody else is playing Pinhead. In the 2018 movie, somebody else is playing Pinhead. Yeah, I'm just not. Hellraiser to me is kind of like Candyman. I can appreciate the movies at their own level, but I'm not going to be rushing out to buy the box set, anytime soon. Stug 138, only seen Hellraiser 1 and 2. I've only seen Hellraiser 1. Stug 138. Number 2, if I have seen Hellraiser 2, I don't remember. I don't remember it. I don't remember Hellraiser 2. And like I say, for me, they come under the same category as Candyman. Joe Shipley says, not to change the subject, but what are some of your favorite John Candy films? That's a brilliant question, my friend. Love that question. Some of my favorite John Candy movies. One of my favorite is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. That one's easy. Planes, Trains is my favorite John Candy movie. I want to say Home Alone, but that's not really a John Candy movie. John Candy is in it, but The Great Outdoors. I love The Great Outdoors with Dan Aykroyd and John Candy. Summer Rental. I haven't seen Summer Rental in a long time, but I remember really, really enjoying that movie. Cool Runnings. I'm not the biggest fan of Uncle Buck. I like it. I'm not the biggest fan. I know some people would say that was John Candy's finest hour, but I'm not the biggest fan of Uncle Buck. So The Great Outdoors, Planes, Trains, Home Alone. That's a great question. Joe, like you said, not to change the subject. No, you feel free. Feel free. Doesn't always have to be about horror. That's a great question. Joe Shipley says, I absolutely love The Great Outdoors as well. One of my favorite movies of all time. You mean that one? I couldn't resist. Pretty boring DVD. Yeah. Love that movie. Yep. Great Outdoors. Nice. That's it. Stug 138. Classic. Love this film. This is kind of film you can just put on. You can just throw this movie on anytime and have a good time. You know, it's so easy to watch. Love this movie. But my favorite John Candy movie will always be Planes, Trains. Unless you, I mean, it could be argued, is that a Steve Martin movie? Yes, and no. I consider Planes, Trains to be a Steve Martin and John Candy movie. And a lot of people will say John Candy stole the show in that movie. And I can't argue with that. Stock138 says the bear part cracks me up every time. Yep. Yeah, but it's been shot in the ass. I love when I love when Candy is telling the story to his family, and I think Dan Aykroyd says something. He scares the shit out of him with that story. And Dan Aykroyd is like, "Hey, what are you doing? I'm half drunk here," or something like that. "I'm half drunk here. What are you doing? Trying to give me a heart attack?" I love that. I love that. Joe Shipley says, Little Monsters, 1989. Great Outdoors, 1988. And The Blair Witch Project, 1999. It was, yeah. Movies I could watch and never get tired of. Little Monsters I'd never seen. Great Outdoors. That one. Love the movie. Blair Witch. Yeah, I do watch I do watch Blair Witch quite a bit myself. Yeah, I love Blair Witch Project. I still remember when it came out on VHS, and I returned the VHS back to the video store, and I told the guy, that's one of the best horror movies I've ever seen. And the guy said to me, "You're one of the only people that have brought the movie back and understood the ending." And I was quite surprised by that, because it's not rocket science. Love Blair Witch. Joe Shipley says Little Monsters is awesome. I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen it. Joe Shipley follows up with the 80s movie Monster Squad was a classic as well. Well, I'm ashamed to say this. I've never seen it. I've never seen Monster Squad. I know it gets talked about a lot. It's a big topic sometimes with YouTubers. I haven't seen it. I'm ashamed to say I haven't seen it. Never seen Monster Squad. I will say that with The Great Outdoors, that's the kind of film you just look at the front cover and you want to watch it. You know, it's like, oh yeah, it's like literally, it's like, I want to watch it. To me, anyway. That's how I feel about The Great Outdoors. Pardon me. Like, guys, we are 1 hour, 54 minutes in. Really appreciate you guys who are showing up tonight. Been a great chat, been a great stream, and we're not over yet. We are still going strong. Yeah, Monster Squad. I mean, yeah, haven't seen it. I should see it. I know I should have seen it. Joe Shipley says, yeah, going to the video store. Yeah, going to the video store and looking at all the covers back in the day was the main way I picked them. Snap. Snap. And it, you know, relatively, it wasn't that long ago. Not really. Not really. I mean, I had a friend quite a while ago now. Well, 15 years ago, maybe 20. So yeah, maybe, but maybe it is going on a bit. But I don't know. Not that long. I mean, 20 years. I mean, it sounds like a long time, but really, it's not. And we used to go to a couple of video stores, and one was really cool because I know what you guys are going to think when I say this, but I don't. It had a downstairs area. No, they weren't those kind of movies. Uh, they were the movies that came out years ago, but you could still see on VHS. Upstairs were mostly new releases. And we used to we spent hours in that place just picking out movies. And yeah, it's the memories. The memories are just so precious to me. And going back before that, I remember I do I actually do remember um, that another rental video place where there were two sections. They actually sectioned off where all the horror movies were, and all the other ones that were like PG and PG-13, as you may say. And I wasn't allowed over to the horror section. At 18 here in the UK is 18 is the highest we go. And I was not allowed in that section, so I could never rent the Friday the 13th movies. But I found a way around it. I normally had a relative to go over and like point point literally say Friday 3, Friday 4, Friday 5, Friday 6. Yep, that one. Yep, that one. No, not that one. Yep, that one. Great memories. Great memories. Stug 138 says, "Did Britain have blockbusters?" Yeah, we did. We did Blockbuster Video, and then just Blockbuster. Yeah, I remember back in 1997, I think. Yeah, it was. Um, I was working in a charity shop back in 97. I was 17, 18, and there was a Blockbuster just up the road from the charity shop I was working. And after the working day was done, 9 times out of 10, I would walk up the road, I would walk up the street to Blockbuster, and I would hire a new film. Well, not a new film, sometimes a new film. Uh, 9 times out of 10 every night. And they were obviously VHS. And I do miss it. I miss it so much. I mean, you never knew back then. You put the VHS in your recorder, and 9 times out of 10, you had to pick with a blurry line. You remember that? A blurry line at the top of the screen, or the white line at the bottom of the screen. You would do the tracking at the bottom of your VCR player, recorder, whatever. And you normally had to pick, especially if the movie was older, you normally had to pick from a blurry line at the top of the screen, or the little white jumpy bit at the bottom. I miss that. I miss that so much. Stug138 says, I got scammed so many times looking the VHS, DVD, and DVD covers, thinking the covers looked awesome, and then the movie sucked. LOL. Yeah, that did happen. It did happen quite a bit. Quite a bit. I was stung the same way, Joe. Not Joe. Sorry. My apologies. Stug138. That happened to all of us, did it not? yeah. Joe Shipley, yeah, I hear that stuck me too. Yeah, it did happen. It happened to all of us. Stug138, I hated the tracking. Yeah. But you remember it, yeah? You remember it. It's not something I miss. Oh, it's hard to explain. It's retro. It's it's retro. It's I don't know. In a way, I do miss it. Joe Shipley says, "Damn, I almost forgot all about tracking." Yeah, right. Normally, at the bottom of the VCR, the little dial that you had to roll around. And like I say, 9 times out of 10, you had to settle with something blurry at the top or the little white line at the bottom. And Stug138 says, when DVDs came out, I was like, wow. Yeah, same here, Stug. I was the same way. I think we all were. I mean, Jesus, how many VHS tapes did I have to return? Not to rental stores. I mean, the first one that comes to mind is Independence Day. I bought that on VHS and had to return it at least twice because there was something wrong. There was something wrong. The picture was off, and I had to return it. And I could see both times I did, they were like, "Well, what's wrong?" I said, "The picture's crap. The picture's crap." And they gave me a new copy of Independence Day. So yeah, the first movie I think I ever brought on DVD was Independence Day. The DVD player, I think it was the year 2000, maybe. I think so. I bought my first ever DVD player, and it came with a couple of DVDs that I was not interested in. And so I pulled off a great scam, and I just I took these DVDs back to different shops and different stores, and hey, I bought this, it skips, it jumps, it doesn't work properly. Can I have that movie instead? They were like, yeah, of course you can. I think that's how I got Independence Day on DVD. I do have Independence Day on Blu-ray. I've had it on Blu-ray for a long time. I still haven't watched it on Blu-ray. I saw it at the cinema. I love Independence Day. I haven't seen the sequel yet. Joe Shipley says, do you think physical media will ever go away completely? Unfortunately, yes, it will. I don't know when. Maybe in the next 15 years, but it will. Sadly enough, it will. Stug138 says, the first DVD I got was The Matrix. That's cool. I mean, The Matrix, I'm not a big fan of that franchise, but that's, yeah, that's one, yeah, that is a movie, that's a movie to be proud of, yeah? Like, the first movie I ever saw at the cinema was Jurassic Park in 1993. So the first movie you ever had on DVD was The Matrix. Whether I like it or not doesn't really matter. You like it, and that's the first one you had on DVD. That's really cool. Stuck 138. That's really cool. Joe Shipley says Halloween 6 was my first horror I remember seeing in theaters. That would have been what, 1995. Yeah, I didn't see it at the cinema. I did see Halloween 6 before I saw Halloween 5. Here in the UK, Halloween 5 is very hard to come by. I'm not sure it even got a cinema release here in the UK. Halloween 6, I don't think did either. Halloween 6, I wasn't a big fan of the curse of Michael Myers, the Thorn crap. So when I went back and watched Halloween 5, and it was like, oh, this is how that crap began. At least I know where it began. I like Halloween. Halloween 6 is I would have loved to have seen it at the movie theater. I would love to have seen Halloween 6 at the cinema. The first one I ever saw was Halloween H2O at the cinema. Joe Shipley says, do you remember the movie Dick Tracy? I do. I think that was the first movie in general. Yeah, I remember that. Christ, how many was that? How many years ago was that? Was that 1990? I think it must have been 1990 because Madonna did the soundtrack to that movie, which I still have. I think up in one of those cabinets up there on CD. I still have the soundtrack to Dick Tracy. At the time, in 1990, I think it was, I had a friend who had the soundtrack on cassette, I think it was. And she lent me the cassette so I could make a copy of it myself. But I haven't seen the movie in years. But I do have the soundtrack. I haven't got the cassette anymore, the one that I copied from my friend at the time. But I do have the soundtrack on CD. Nostalgia, you know, nostalgia. I don't listen to it a lot. It's just nice to have nostalgia. Stark138 says, okay, you're talking to Joe. That's great. I love it when you guys chat to one another. I have Joe Shipley talking to Stark138. Yeah, I mean, what I say about that is, when does it end? 8K. When does it end? I think the next step has to be VR. It has to be. A picture and sound can only be so good. And then I think we step over to VR, virtual reality, with the glasses, and that's the next step. The next step. What is this, American Pie? All right, guys, we've been going for 2 hours and 11 minutes, and there was a video just before this one, a live video, which I'll probably keep up there. Why not? Why not? It's been great. And if you guys are still having a great time, I see you chatting to one another. I always love that. When I see that, I love it. So yeah, I mean, I'm in no hurry to go anywhere. I'm just going to type something. I'm just going to type hi, just in case there's a problem, and some of my other subscribers don't know I'm here, even though we are pretty late in the day. I'm just going to put hi. There you go. Joe Shipley says, yeah, I'm just chilling and drinking coffee and watching King of Queens and movie chat more. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, I love that show. Absolutely adore King of Queens and Carrie Heffernan. Stug138 says, my friend has the PS4 VR. Okay, cool. I watched the first Thor on it. It was very cool. Well, there you go. We're already there. We're already there. They there's only so much they can do. 4K, I mean 8K and whatever, and then it has to be something else. A picture can only be so good. Sound can only get so good. And then they have to do something else. So yeah, VR is the next step. To the next step. Joe Shipley says, remember Virtual Boy from back in the day? Gaming system, such a letdown. Rings a bell. Rings a bell. Virtual Boy. Virtual Boy. Mm, Rings a bell somewhere. Stoke 138. So true. Oh yeah, yeah. Joe Shipley says like mid to early 90s, I think. The Virtual Boy. Was that follow-on from to the Game Boy, the original Game Boy? Stock 138, never heard of it. It rings a bell. Was it a follow-on to the Game Boy, the original, obviously the original Game Boy? I think I've heard of it. I never owned it. I mean, back during those times, I was playing the Amstrad CPC 464 and the Atari 2600. So yeah, yeah. Joe Shipley, yes, I believe so. It does ring a bell. But like I say, I was on the Amstrad and Atari 2600 back in those days. Long time ago. But good memories, good times. Good memories, good times. I remember in my neighborhood, if anybody had what was it, a Sega Master System, they were king. They were the king. And we would all flock to the house. Anyone had was it the Master System 34? Something like that. So long ago, and we would flock to that house. Joe Shipley says Nintendo 64 was so amazing when it came out. Mario 64, Zelda, GoldenEye. Play them all day. Yeah, that's the thing about these game consoles. I mean, they were better back then. I mean, right up until I don't know, PlayStation, maybe the PlayStation 2. I mean, I did buy a used WWE 14, and it was used, and I paid about 19-20 pounds for that, and paid about for the downloads for like the NWO package and all that shit. I paid probably double. I probably paid about 40, maybe 35, 40 pounds for the downloadable content of that game. So back then, yeah, they weren't ripping us off like they are now. And do you remember when you had a game like that and there was a cheat code and it would be printed in gaming magazines and all you had to do is type in the code and you unlocked everything. You didn't have to pay these money grabbing bastards 40, 50 pounds to have the entire game. You had to do certain stuff on the game to unlock it. Yeah, cheat codes. That's what. Yeah, yeah. Joe Shipley. Oh yeah, cheat codes were cool. Yeah, I remember. And yeah, and not just cheat codes. I mean, there so many games I do remember where you had to do something like on a wrestling game, you had to beat somebody to unlock a certain kind of match. I do remember that. And they knew when it got to a certain point, they would make it impossible. So eventually, you download it and you pay for it. I do remember, yeah, the old cheat codes. All right, guys, we're going 2 hours and 20 minutes. 3 people watching, from what I see. Although secretly we do have 127,000 people watching. Stug138 says, I remember playing Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, yeah, the SNES, with all my friends. Those were the days. Yeah, they were. They were. I'm 40 years old. I'm going to be 41 in June. I remember that. We didn't have Street Fighter on our consoles. I mean, they were obviously available, like you say. The ones we used to play more often than not were like Tetris. Tetris, I think, which I was always crap at. Olympics, the Olympic Games. They're the ones I remember. When it comes to the Amstrad CPC 464, I remember the Star Wars trilogy games, Robocop. Love Robocop on the Amstrad. That was a computer, it wasn't a game console. But they're the games I remember. There was a text, what do they call them? A text game called The Wild Bunch on the Amstrad CPC 464. The Wild Bunch. Love that game. They're the ones I remember. I do remember more, but yeah, they're the ones that come to mind. Star Wars trilogy, especially the Empire Strikes Back, was my favorite out of all 3 Star Wars games on the Amstrad. Yep, those were the days. And on the Amstrad CPC 464, you had to wait for the game to load. It was a cassette, and some games took longer than others. I do remember what was the game where the 2 brothers, Double Dragon. With that one on the Amstrad CPC 464, you had to load each level. I remember that. Double Dragon. You finish one level, you complete one level, you had to load the next one. I think RoboCop was the same, I think. Joe Shipley says, it has been a nice stream. Time flies when having fun. Thank you, Joe. I'm really glad you have enjoyed it. If you're going to watch the Hogan Michaels match, have fun with it. I might watch it myself. Stug138, Bad Dudes. Bad dudes. Stock 138. You're gonna have to embellish on that one, Stock 138. Bad dudes. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Is that a game? Is Bad Dudes the game you used to play? Yeah, Stug 138. I'm not too sure. Stug 138. I think it was a Two Brothers NES game. The one I remember is Double Dragon, but there could have been another one called Bad Dudes. I haven't heard of it. Joe Shipley says, "I remember Bad Dudes, cool game." Well, yeah, I've never played that. I don't even. I'm ashamed to say I don't even remember it. I just remember Double Dragon, and at the end of Double Dragon, you had to fight your brother, and whichever brother won, you won the gal, you won the lady. Okay, start 138. Okay. So you're talking to Joe Shipley. Yeah, that's what I remember. Double Dragon. The two brothers would fight through level after level after level, and then eventually you had to fight one another. And whoever won got the gal. Can you imagine them trying to make that game these days? Wouldn't happen. It would be considered sexist, probably. Yeah, I do remember. Yeah, Joe Shipley. LOL, that wouldn't fly these days. No, it wouldn't. I remember. Totally right, Joe. No, it wouldn't. Uh, when you got to the end of Double Dragon and you were fighting your brother, uh, the the lady was hung up on some kind of beam, some kind of beam. I don't want to say crucifix, but some kind of beam. And when you won, or whoever won, uh, she would be released, and she would come down, and she would give you a hug, and that was the end of Double Dragon. But no, you're right; it would never fly these days. Stark 138. Do you play video games? What, me? Uh, I play. If you talk Stark 138, talking to me, talking to me. Yeah, I play Tiger Woods. Um, uh, I love boxing games, but most of those are offline now. But I still enjoy playing them. Um, yeah, so Fight Night, Tiger Woods. Every now and then, I'll still play FIFA and the snooker game. 2007, believe it or not, 2007 snooker game for the PS3. Stock138 says, I have a PS4. I never have the time to play. That's the way it goes. That's a shame. I'm sorry to hear that. Stock138. That's just the way it goes. Especially in this day and age. I haven't got a PS4. I stopped with PS3. I don't think PS4, maybe at some point a used PS4, PS5, probably not. I'm just, I'm just, it, it's funny to me. It really is. I mean, this has been a great stream. I've really enjoyed it. The questions, the comments, you guys talking to one another. I always enjoy that. I love reading it. It's great. Enjoyed it. I'm still enjoying this stream. The thing is I knew there were a few subscribers to Movie Chat and more that weren't going to be here tonight, which is fine. Yeah, absolutely fine. Uh, but I'm surprised. I am surprised. There's a couple of others that haven't showed up. But I never plan this video. I never plan most of my videos. Most of my videos are impromptu. But I'm still surprised. I'm still surprised. it's, it's funny to me. It's funny. Joe Shipley says, I have been thinking about buying a Nintendo 64 for the nostalgia and playing some old games. I can't say I blame you. I mean, there are stores now. Not so much where I live. You probably have to go like into a major city like London, Manchester, Liverpool. But there are stores where you can buy those consoles and you can buy those games, uh, and people still enjoy playing those games. If I had, if I still had my old Amstrad computer CPC 464, if I had my Atari 2600, I would still enjoy playing those games. So I know where you're coming from. And there is a market for it. They're out there. They are out there. One thing I just remembered, when I finished my last stream last night, I did say I'm probably won't be on tonight. But if you're a subscriber to Movie Chat and more, then surely something on your phone will beep 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 beep. That's the way it goes. It's been a great chat though. I've really enjoyed it. I'm still enjoying it. Well, I'm not going anywhere just yet. Stug138 says, I usually listen to your streams when I'm driving to work. That's brilliant. Thank you so much, Stug138. Concentrate on your driving. Uh, but thank you. That's awesome. Absolutely awesome. Yeah, I did begin. Yeah. LOL. Yeah. Yeah. My first ever video was, oh wow, Halloween 5. When I realized I could do live videos and they went straight up on my channel, I was like, okay, this is the way my channel is going, you know? I'm not sure what it's like now, but the video quality isn't always that great. But I can chat. I mean, we've been chatting now for 2 hours and 35 minutes. If I was to do a standalone video, 2 hours and 35 minutes, and try and upload that, it would take me probably in between 9 and 10 hours. How is how's the stream at the moment? Is it blocky, pixely? Probably is. I apologize. I really do. If it is bad, I'm filming. Who am I? Steven fucking Spielberg. I'm I'm shooting. Who am I? James Cameron. From a different place. So hopefully it is better. And Joe Shipley says it looks fine. Well, that's what counts. That's what counts. If you enjoy it, that's what counts. Stuck 138. Be right back. I'll still be here. Stuck 138. Joe Shipley. LOL. Richie Spielberg. Yeah. Can you imagine, Joe, if Spielberg had pixel problems on his movies? Richie Spielberg. Yeah. I like that. And yeah, one day, I don't know when. My longest stream has been 6 hours. Just over 6 hours. I do intend on doing a 12-hour stream. 12 hours. I don't know when, but it will be a Q&A. 12 hours, yeah. Joe Shipley, 12-hour marathon. Nice, yeah. That's a long time. The longest is 6. It's on my channel. It's 6 hours, just over 6 hours. 12 hours is 12 hours. Hopefully one day. Hopefully one day. I don't know when. The next two, not immediate streams I have in mind. Pardon me. The next two ones, the upcoming events that I plan, will be a watch along video. So there will be 10 videos to pick from, 10 films to pick from, and we watch them together. And Rocky quiz. It will be a Rocky Balboa quiz with at least 100 questions. But it could be a while before I do that. Yeah, 12. Yeah, Joe Shipley, 12 hours. That's a long time. I mean, 6 hours. I mean, that 6 hours. It got to the point of 4 I was like, oh, let's carry on. Because I think my record was just over 4 hours. So I was like, oh, let's get past 4. It got to 5. And when it got to 5, I think, if memory serves me right, I was like, let's get past 5. Let's get to 6. Let's get to 6. And we did it. We did it. 12 hours is... It's on its way. I don't know when, but it's on its way. Joe Shipley. Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember the I remember the 6-hour record breaker. Yeah, 6 hours. Even now, I mean, when you think 6 hours, 6 fucking hours, double it. 12 hours. That's a long time. I will do it. I don't know when, but I will at some point or another. I will do a live 12-hour stream. Joe Shipley, can I ask you a wrestling trivia? Please do. Joe, honestly, yeah, you haven't got to ask me. You haven't got to ask me. Yeah, go for it. I love this. After last night with the Halloween quiz, I deserve some payback. Go for it, Joe. Yeah, I will be doing a wrestling trivia myself. But the Rocky one will be first. Joe Shipley, do you remember who sang America the Beautiful at WrestleMania 3? That's a great question. Okay, so WrestleMania 4 was Gladys Knight. WrestleMania 3, I think Gladys Knight was WrestleMania 4. WrestleMania 3, was that Little Richard? Was that Little Richard? Did he sing America the Beautiful at WrestleMania 3? That's a great question, Joe. Joe Shipley, it was Aretha Franklin. Oh, never got that. That's a brilliant question. I would never have got that. I know Gladys Knight was WrestleMania 4. WrestleMania 3, Aretha Franklin. No, I wouldn't have known that. Great question. Okay, Joe Shipley, I'll throw that one back at you. Who sang it? Actually, it wasn't America the Beautiful. I think it was the American National Anthem at WrestleMania 8. Who sang that at WrestleMania 8, Joe? Joe Shipley, do you remember who Ricky Steamboat defeated at WrestleMania 3? I do. It was Randy Savage. Joe Shipley, Reba McEntire. It was Reba McEntire. Well done, Rich. And well done to you with the Reba McEntire. Joe Shipley says that was at the Hoosier, the Hoosier Dome, I believe it was. 1992, Ric Flair, Randy Savage, Hulk Hogan, Sid Justice, Shawn Michaels, Al Matador. I love WrestleMania 8. Could be my favorite WrestleMania, but I'm not sure. But I know I love WrestleMania 8. Okay, guys, we are 2 hours and 46 minutes in. I'm going to call it a day at 2 hours and 50. Joe Shipley, Bret Hart was another one. See, yeah, Bret Hart versus Roddy Piper was a great match from WrestleMania 8. Plus Flair v Savage. That's my personal favorite Mania. It could be mine. The only thing, at the time, Savage was my favorite wrestler. The only thing that would stop me, or one of the only things that would stop me from saying that's my favorite WrestleMania, is the not so great match Shawn Michaels had with El Matador, Tito Santana. That's the only thing that would stop me. One of the only things that would stop me from saying that's my favorite WrestleMania. But yeah, Bret and Piper, way ahead of its time. That match, way ahead of its time. I still remember watching that when I was 12. I was like, Jesus, what the fuck is going on? And Piper should have hit him with the bell. Piper should have hit him with the bell. Why didn't he? Although, when it comes to WrestleMania 8, I will say the Sid Justice Hulk Hogan match is very disappointing. The only uplifting thing about that match was the return of the Warrior. Hey, Conspiracy Trifecta. Hey, Richard. Conspiracy, welcome to the chat. I'm only going for a couple of more minutes. But are you well? Conspiracy? Everything cool? Joe Shipley, I hope you have a good Sunday tomorrow, man. And if you go live, I will be there for sure. Well, Joe, that's so nice of you, my friend. Maybe I will. Joe Shipley, yeah, he should have. What? Roddy Piper with the bell? Yeah, he should have. Why didn't he? Conspiracy Trifecta, busy day. Yeah, well, that's a good thing in this day and age. Conspiracy, it's a good thing. Yeah, I do. I remember you said about the Halloween quiz. Friday would be better than Saturday, so I worked around it. Joe Shipley, yes, it was super disappointing, especially when Papa Shango missed his cue. Yeah. Joe Shipley, good evening. Okay, yeah. Yeah, the whole Hogan Justice match was, the last match should have been Savage and Flair. I mean, come on. It was a WWF Championship. There was a massive lead up to that match with Justice and Hogan. It was all about the Rumble, wasn't it? When what was it? Sid and Hogan. I think Sid pulled Hogan out of the ring and leaving Ric Flair the winner. That's my favorite Royal Rumble, by the way, 1992. I think that's how that started. Justice pulling Hogan out of the ring, or Hogan pulling Justice, yeah, one way or the other. Joe Shipley says, I remember how much smaller the Warrior appeared at WrestleMania 8 when he returned. He did look smaller. A lot of people were saying at the time, I still remember. And to this day, some people say, maybe that wasn't the same guy. I think it was, but he did look smaller. Joe Shipley says, I agree, Savage versus Flair should have been last. Yep, it should have been. It is one of my favorite matches I've ever seen. That's one of my favorite matches too. I mean, Savage becoming the WWF champion for the second time. My favorite wrestler at the time. I totally agree, Joe. Anyway, Conspiracy Trifecta, don't worry about it, dude. You had a busy day. Don't worry about it. Don't. It's fine. I might be back tomorrow. I'm not sure, but I'll be back sometime during the week. 2 hours and 52 minutes. Okay, last comment of the night. Joe Shipley, when I was younger, there were so many rumors about the Ultimate Warrior dying in all these crazy ways. Well, like the Papa Shango curse and the Undertaker putting him in a coffin. I remember that. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight, today, this afternoon, this evening. I will see you all again soon. Stay safe and take care. And like I say, I'll see you all again very soon. Cheers, guys. Bye.